I'll defer to the post that we have at PFT from yesterday afternoon. There was a very significant piece of news that came out Friday that was completely forgotten, how the race norming is now ironed out of the concussion settlement, and black players who previously had been denied are getting significant benefits because of the standard that was used to presume a lower baseline based upon race. So it made it harder for black players to prove impairment because they were starting at a lower point than the white players. So when you do the comparison, it's more difficult to establish that you've had cognitive impairment as a result of playing football. That completely flew under the radar screen.
Yeah.
And I missed it initially, and every time it bubbled up, there's something else going on. And the only reason I really focused on it yesterday, Scott Pioli.
That's right. Good for Scott.
NFL GM, who currently takes a paycheck signed by Roger Goodell as an analyst with NFL Network, came out and called it despicable and hateful.
Yeah.
And it is.
How convenient the black guys have a different baseline when 80% of the league is black, and you might have to spend, a little bit more money. It's very convenient. Yeah. It's bullcrap. Good for Scott Pioli calling it out.
And let me tell you, there's been that's just the way they do these things, vibe to the whole process, because the lawyers who represent the players didn't notice it. The court didn't notice it. I guarantee you somebody at the
Of course they did. Of course.
Knew. When you're going to agree to an unlimited fund,
right?
Unlimited fund, you're looking for any wrinkle that's going to hold it down. Somebody there knew, you know what? We got a little benefit here. They're using this race norming thing that has been used presumably to the advantage of based on socioeconomic differences. I mean, you can explain it all you want. It's beyond my realm of understanding, but it was developed as a good thing. In this situation, it's a weapon to hold down what the ultimate payments would be. Yeah. And I'm sure somebody knew they were going to save a lot of money and no one was going to notice. Good for the players and their lawyers who pushed this thing and pushed it hard and got the settlement reopened, got this fixed. And that came to a head on Friday. And that was completely pushed to the background. And it shouldn't be. And here's why. There are plenty of other players out there who can have their tests rescored or be retested. They have the right to do it. They need to know about it.
Right.
They've been denied, and they have a chance. They have another bite at the apple, a legitimate bite at the apple with a different standard, the right standard, the fair standard, the proper standard. They need to get back there and do it. All right, that wasn't on the – that wasn't –
That was good, though. That was good.
Pete's going to regret telling us that we have a lot of extra time. We're like Congress. You give us more money in the budget, we're going to spend it all. We're going to spend whatever you give us, baby.
Well, it's good. I'm glad you brought that up. It needs to be said. It's a public issue. It needs, it's unfair. It's not right. And especially in a league, again, where there's a lot of diversity and the majority of the league is African American, and we're screwing them over. And that's just that I'm not down with that. So if this continues to be a story or whatever else, good for you for getting the word out there, Mike.
The good news is it was caught and it was rectified, but the story isn't over until the word really is communicated to anyone out there. And I call on the NFL to join in the effort to make sure that people know they need to be rescored and retested. Why not affirmatively reach out to everyone who's already been denied benefits under the discriminatory standard and tell them, get back in here and do another test? Why not do that? That would truly be the right thing to do.
Well, hopefully the NFLPA is doing that. Hopefully they're starting to reach out. The NFLPA is pretty good at staying in contact with ex-players, at least in my opinion. I'm sure there's other ones that out there, but I mean, damn, I get emails from them still and all of that, to where hopefully they are able to reach some of these guys and the ones that don't know, to where they can get the situation fixed.
And part of the problem is, for those who have actual cognitive issues and may not have family members, it becomes almost impossible to get their attention, to get them to come do what needs to be done to get the benefits that they deserve.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.